Shalom. First and foremost, Kahala and like how Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Akakodash, double honors to the apostle of the great millstone, peace. Peace and salutation to the elect. All right. And the title of this one gonna be smoking weed, uh, opening you up to the spiritual realm. Beware of that demons, that you don't open yourself up to demons. All right. Um, when you're doing these drugs, all right, Jake does these drugs. The main people that are on drugs is Jake, whether they're coping with, the curses, or whether they're coping with, going through all this hell or whatever. Uh, you know, the main people that's under these drugs are are Jake. They're the main ones that's on these drugs, pharmaceuticals, messed up out here, you know. And what you're doing when you smoke this weed, you open up yourself up to demons, you know. You open up yourself to wicked spirits. And we know because we all smoked weed. We all used to be there. So you open yourself up to spirits, man. Okay. Everybody has I mean, damn near everybody came to this truth at one point or another has tried some weed. You know, it's not righteous. It's not righteous to smoke. It's not. But we all used to do that shit, right? And that put demons on you, man. It puts spirits on you. It puts spirits on you. Put wicked, evil spirits on you, man. So going to the topic at hand, and first and foremost, Genesis the 3rd chapter, right? Because one thing that you must understand is that this devil is subtle. He's more subtle than any beast of the field. He's wicked, you know. He's a creepy crawler. So nowadays he done made this weed legal and shit, where anybody could just buy it. You could just smoke it. You know, you could go to the dispensary as long as you got a weed card. I mean, as long as you got a license, you could just go. You could buy it recreational. You could buy whatever you want to do. But Esau then did this, so more and more demons can hop on these people, man. Because, anyways, matter of fact, let me read Genesis 3:1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, sound detected, which the Lord Yahweh Shai had made. And he said unto the woman, yeah, the Most High have said, ye shall not eat of the tree of every garden, of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst thereof, the midst of the garden, the Most High have said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the woman said unto the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die, for the Most High doeth know that in the day ye eat thereof, your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be as gods, knowing both good and evil. And the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise. And she took of the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave her husband, and he did eat. And the eyes of them both were open, and they saw that they were naked in sin, and they sewed figs together. Blah blah. All right. So, the point being that when the serpent came to Eve, he seduced her with the oh yeah, you're gonna be as gods, knowing good and evil, and that was a half lie, a half truth, because yes, you're gonna be as gods, knowing good and evil, but a lot of hell's gonna come with that evil that you're gonna, because at that point they only knew good, right? So when you partake in knowledge of evil, your eyes are open like the gods, right? The knowledge in good and evil, like the Most High. The Most High knows knowledge of good and evil. So to get to the godlike status, to get back to our godlike status, the Lord had to show us both good and evil. Now, with that being said, okay, the reason why people smoke weed and shit like that is because it puts them in a state, in an almost godlike state. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm speaking as a man. I always had this theory, like, probably when we're in the kingdom, it's going to be almost like, it's almost like you're in a constant high, just without having to smoke, without doing, because we're going to be like the angels, right? So we're not gonna need to like take drugs to feel like, you know, to feel like, you know, to open up your third eye and all that shit, right? As these people, you know, in the kingdom of heaven, it's basically like, you know, I'm just speaking as a man, you know, speaking as a man. Uh, More than likely, you know, that's, you know, we don't know how it's gonna be, but you're probably gonna have this like constant like high where you feel like, you know, where you feel good all the time and you feel just like, you know, you don't have nothing going wrong with you. You know, you just feel like constantly, you know, in a state of like creativity, and you know, and this is why people do the drugs, because they want to feel that connection with the spiritual realm. Like, as a matter of fact, I'm going to the article too, right? I'm going to the article too that says the same thing, right? So it says modern day sorcery, right? Modern day sorcery. When you hear the word sorcery, you think about wizards like Gandalf with a staff, but there's more to the word sorcery as it is used in the scriptures. It says, I want to touch on something that goes hand in hand with the sorcery. It's at Deuteronomy 18 and 10. Now this is a Christian, by the way, that wrote this, but this dude got to be Jake, you know, probably doesn't know the truth, but this for the most part, a lot of what was in here was on point. So I'm gonna read the meat, spit out the bones. All right, Deuteronomy 18 and 10 says, "There shall not be found among you any that make his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or one who practices witchcraft or soothsayer, or one who interprets omens or a sorcerer, or one who conjures spells, a medium, a spiritist, or one who could call up the dead. For all who do such things are an abomination to the Lord." Now, when Jake smokes weed and they do all this different stuff, they're chanting spirits, man. They calling on wicked forces. You know, they smoke a weed. You watch them in their you watch them in these rap videos, and you know they're smoking weed. They're smoking out dead ops, Tuka this and Tuka that, and you know, FBG. I'm smoking on FBG. I'm smoking on this person, that person, right? So that's witchcraft. That's sorcery, right? Because when you do these kind of things, when you do these kind of things, when you smoke weed, when you get involved in this type of shit, it puts wicked spirits on you. It puts, you can't focus. Okay, first of all, you can't focus. You're in a altered state. You're impaired. You know, you're not in your right mind, as they would say, right? Because these bodies are not meant to always be high. You know, like I said, like my theory goes, right? We're probably gonna be, you know, in a state of like angelic, you know, like you know when you used to smoke, you start seeing things, like you start seeing like everything lights up and shit, and you feel like everything slows down, and you know it's like everything feels good, everything tastes good, you know, everything's like in the kingdom. That's probably how it's gonna be. Like we're just gonna be like, you know, we're not gonna need to do drugs and shit for stuff to taste good, and you know, for everything to be heightened. You know what I mean? But and on this side, you know, Jake tries to do these drugs so they could get into this like powerful state, you know, where they, you know, where they feel like like they get all this access to, you know, do the good music, and to have the food tastes better, and you know this tastes sex is better, and this is better, and that's better, right? We ain't gonna need to do none of that stuff in the kingdom, you know, because first of all, we're gonna be angelic powers, you know, on earth with new bodies and stuff like that. So we ain't good. But in these bodies right now that we're in here, these bodies can't handle being exposed to the spiritual realm like that. That's why, like the example of this guy Patrick, right? The old guy Patrick, right? Wrath of Heaven. The dude who was every video he was doing was about Isaiah 4:1. Every fucking video. But his claim to fame was the magic mushroom thing, you know? The magic mushroom thing. Oh yeah, we're gonna you know, oh, yeah, the manna from heaven was magic mushrooms and shit. As a matter of fact, one of the on the article, they're gonna touch on the magic mushrooms and shit, okay? Because the Lord told us to be sober for a reason. The Lord told him to be sober You know, sober minded, because these bodies can't take, they can't take you opening them up to the spiritual realm like that. You smoking all the time, and what's happening? You opening up portals to these demons. These demons are just like coming in on, you know, you smoking, you hide over there all weak and shit, and then these demons just find their way to hop on you. You know, that's why, you know, you in a party, right? Everybody smoking weed. Now somebody starts shooting. You know, niggas start getting aggressive. You know, they're doing. Not only are they smoking weed, but they're mixing Molly, perp. They're mixing codeine. They're drinking alcohol, which alcohol is called spirits too. Alcohol is referred to as spirits, man. So alcohol opens you up to spirits as well. Alcohol opens you up to spirits. Liquid courage, man. Okay? Scripture say, Sirach 31:25, show not thy manhood at the wine, you know? Because that liquid courage, man, that liquid, you know, you start feeling yourself. But that's what drugs do. They alter your state of mind, and they open up demons that hop on you, you know? Dude start beating on his family and shit because he's drunk as hell and high, and you know, he's mad at the world and shit like that, right? So he takes it out on his family. He starts butchering his family. He starts, you know, because he's not in his right state of mind, because he did these drugs that have poured them demons into him, you know. And one day he just cracks, because, like I said, these bodies and these minds are not made to take on so much demons and shit. That's why the Lord told you to be sober. The Lord told you to be sober. Yes, it sucks. It's not fun to be sober. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's nothing fun to being sober. Like Chief Keef said, I hate being sober. Well, yeah, basically because it's boring. It's quote unquote boring, but it yields the peaceable fruit, because when you're sober minded, the Lord can deal with you. When you're sober minded, your spiritual antenna is up. You know, you're in all your senses. You're in your strength. You know, you're in your right mind. You're in your faculties, man. But when you're doing these drugs, when you're smoking this weed, when you're engaging in this lifestyle and shit, you open up yourself to all these demons, violent demons, resentful demons, nigger demons, where you start looking at your brother sideways. You start coveting after what he got. You start looking at his woman. Oh shit, his woman got a fat old ass. You know, damn, why is he with this lame ass nigga? You know, and now you start coveting after him. Man, I get more money than this nigga. What the fuck? You know, I can take his bitch. You start having wicked thoughts, man. You start having wicked thoughts because the demons start pouring out into your head. You know, where you start like having wicked, even more wicked thoughts than what you already have, because this flesh is weak. But that weed, when you burn it, right? When you burn it, you smoke it, it connects to your what they call the synapses in your brain, right? It's showing you that it's a spiritual thing. When you take them puffs, and then it goes in your body, it goes in your lungs and shit, and then it goes up to your brain, right? And then 10, 15 minutes later, your ass starts seeing shit. You know, you start seeing shit in colors. You know, everything changes. You know, shit is slow. The music sounds better. You know, you're in an altered state. You're not in your regular state. You're open up to the spiritual realm, man. The spirits are messing with you. You know, that's why you start getting a little. You know, you start hearing shit, and some people start seeing shit when they start doing the magic mushrooms that your boy was doing. Dude Patrick, man, Mr. Wrath of Heaven. He was the one that was pushing the magic mushrooms on Jake, man. He was like, we gonna have a retreat. We're gonna have a retreat, man. We're gonna give out PS5s, and we're gonna, you know, shit was crazy, man. I remember that guy, because he was out here. He was out here in Boston, man. That dude was out here. That dude was a bug out, man. And he lost the oil, which he never really had, you know. But he fell out the truth because of some woman. Again, bugged out, because you're smoking too much. You get weak, you know. You get overcome by the flesh, you know. You're not sober minded. You gotta be sober minded. You gotta be sober minded, man. So, anyways, for the Lord to be dealing with you now, in the New Testament, sorcery is considered a work of the flesh. Galatians 5:19 and 20. Reading the article, it says sorcery is so serious it's even mentioned in Revelation 21 and verse 8. Sorcery in the biblical context actually refers to magical arts and the usage of drugs for spiritual and ceremonial purposes. In the kingdom of heaven, we ain't gonna need to do no shit like that. We ain't gonna need to be high. And, oh, I need to smoke because my problem. I need to smoke. Some people can't eat if they don't smoke. Oh, I can't eat. I don't have no appetite. I gotta wake up in the morning and smoke. I gotta wake up at night smoking. We all used to do that shit, bro. I used to wake up and smoke in the morning, smoke at night, smoke during the day, smoke on a lunch break, smoke here, smoke there, smoke every fucking where, man. Smoke before school, smoke after school, smoke during school, leave the school and then smoke again because it's an addiction. This body's not meant for you to be dealing with the spiritual realm smoking weed like that. That's the left-hand side. That's why I read Genesis 3. The Lord, he told you not to eat of the philosophy, right? Of these other nations. They're the ones that literally smoke weed, and they go and chant to their demons. So they understand that. The heathens understand that if you get high, you can chant on demons. That's what it literally means. Get high, right? So like I said, in the kingdom of heaven, we ain't gonna need to get high because we're gonna be high all the time. We're gonna be literally on a high level. Like literally, our bodies are gonna be different than these. These are low bodies, man. Where we're low. In the kingdom, we ain't gonna need to do no drugs. We're always gonna be on a high level. Oh, I need to get high, right? That's the term, right? That's what they say. I'm about to go smoke. So you can do what? Get high. So you can get higher, right? Oh, I'm not high enough. I need to smoke some more so I get higher, right? Your mental state is not there because these bodies are weak, and smoking weed is not the way to get there. Smoking weed kills the body. The scriptures say, if a man destroy his temple, the Most High, him will the Most High destroy. So anyways, going back, it says sorcery in the biblical context actually refers to magical arts and the usage of drugs for spiritual and ceremonial purposes. Many pagan religions around the world have been using drugs for spiritual purposes to worship the demons they thought were deities. In Hinduism, they use a lot of substances in high doses, including a liquid form of cannabis to contact the demons they worship. It says the Canaanites were also using cannabis to worship their power, their god. All right, the Canaanites who are moles. The Canaanites were known for being moles. So they would get high and start doing them little weird sex magic that they're into. They'll get high and then they'll do the sex magic, man. They'll deal with the sex magic. And that's what they do today. Why do these wicked elite? You got something called designer drugs. Designer clothes are really for rich people, elite people. People that make a lot of money, right? They can spend $10,000 on a coat. But you also got something called designer drugs, and these are drugs for the elite. Like the Migos had that one song called "Designer Drugs." Yeah, these people do designer drugs. The wicked elite, the top of the most wealthy, powerful people in our communities, and even Esau, they all do hella drugs. Hollywood, you go do hella drugs, cocaine, okay, MDMA, ecstasy, all kind of shit, man, all kind of crazy shit. And if you don't do that shit, you can't get down in Hollywood. You probably do a Lifetime movie here and there, but you ain't gonna be on a big screen if you ain't dealing with the drugs, dealing with all that, because that's how they keep you messed up. That's how they keep you in a cycle. And everybody around there is doing it. Everybody around there is doing it, so it becomes a natural thing. Just like in the hood. In the hood, everybody's doing a lower level form of drugs, which is street weed, whatever, crack. But when you get to the upper elite of this society, they're doing hella drugs too, Everybody's doing drugs in this place. America is a drug-infested place. America runs on Dunkin'? No, America runs on drugs. America doesn't run on Dunkin' Donut coffee. Coffee is a drug. Caffeine is a drug, man. Caffeine is a drug. If you can't get up every morning without a cup of coffee, a cup of Joe, if you can't get up every morning without a cup of Joe, you're addicted to the caffeine. I need my hit. Just like a cigarette. You know, niggas is addicted to cigarettes. Okay, you might as well be addicted to something. You got to be addicted to the gospel, man. 1 Corinthians 16th chapter. You know, the house of Stephanus has what addicted themselves to this gospel, man. You know, that they were addicted to the gospel. So, you know, everybody in this place is addicted to something. You got to be addicted to the truth. An addiction, something you can't shake. You know, your mind is taken by this. Those are spirits. When you smoke the weed, the spirits are attached to you that you can't let it go. Like back when I used to smoke weed, I couldn't let that fucking shit go. It felt so good, you know. You feel like go because it's the flesh calling you. It's that flesh. Everybody around you, peer pressure. You know, not even peer pressure, but because nobody's sitting there like pressuring you like they show you in the movies or in the little documentaries. Nobody's sitting there like, oh, hey, but if that fine ass bitch you want to mess with is smoking and you smoke, you could probably end up smoking. You know, you probably gonna end up you're gonna end up doing what everybody else does, and that's how most of us fell into that trap of drugs and weed and the streets, and you know, that's a trap. That's why they call it trap music. You got a culture, and you got music attached to it, man. This culture of trapping, selling drugs, the bando, you know, those are all demons. Those are all demons. Those are all wicked spirits that are attached themselves to you, man. You know, that attach themselves to you, Jakes, because not only are you under the curses, but you continue to double down. You continue to worship Jesus Christ. You continue to smoke weed. You continue to eat pork, shrimp, lobster. All these things are works of the flesh. And what do? They keep you far from the Most High. That's why the Lord told you to what? Be sober, man. Be very sober, because the Lord can't deal with you when you're in this fucked up state of mind. You know who's dealing with you when you're high as hell? The demons. Because the scripture says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in what? High places. So that's why they want you to get high, so them demons can fuck with you. They want you to stay high. Snoop Dogg, all these niggas that they push into your face, all of them niggas got a blunt in their mouth. All of them got a blunt in their mouth. Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg, the #1 weed smoker. Wiz Khalifa, his protege. You know, all these dudes, all of them smoke, do drugs, tattoos, they're in gangs. All of that shit is all mixed in one. You know. But this is what they push to your tribes, you know, and you fall for it because you're simple and you don't know no better because everybody around you is doing it. So hey, I'll do it too. You know, it's normal. You know, if everybody around you was keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High, that's what you would be doing. That's what we're going to be doing in the kingdom. Everybody around us is going to be keeping the ways of the Lord. Everybody around us is going to be in order. You know, because the Lord's going to program it in our minds and our inward parts, right? So. You know, we're gonna be we're not gonna follow a multitude to do evil anymore, because Jake is a monkey see, monkey do people. They see something and they copy it. Oh, you know, it's acceptable. You know, until you become a man and you know you don't make your own decisions. You just do what everybody else does. You know, and then you get addicted, attached. You get the demons that are on those people hop on you because you smoking this weed, you're doing these drugs, and it opens up the portals to these demons. Oh, and then you having sex with these women, you having sex with these dudes, moles, you know, you become a mole. I mean, it's a whole snowball effect of wickedness. All because you smoked a little weed. You see, that's why they call it what? A gateway drug. Don't they call it a gateway drug? A gateway to what? Demons. It's a gateway to demons. You open up a bunch of demons. You burning like Bob Marley, you know, and you open up a whole can worth of demons, you know, that you can't even get off of you until until you come into this truth. Because I couldn't stop smoking until I came to this truth. I couldn't do it on my own. That shit was hard as hell. I'm like, well, what is the point of me smoking? What is the point of me stopping? See, the Lord had to pull me out of that cycle of weed and nigger shit, you know, because that's a strong demon, bro. Especially when you're young, when you in school and you know you're in your teens, like. But that's the inner city. The inner city is full of drugs. You go to these inner city schools and they're full of drugs, man. These streets are full of drugs. Your mama and them were probably on drugs. Your aunties and them, you know, in the 80s, 70s. If they grew up out here in Babylon and they lived in New York City or one of these major cities, Baltimore, DC, you know, they was probably on some type of drugs. Because Jake is what a monkey see, monkey do. Everybody doing it. Well, I do it too. I try it too. You know, and what it opens up a gateway of demons. You know, but the white man, he's the one that gave it to you. He's the one that opened it up. He's the one that's why the Lord said, "Envy not thy oppressor, choose not his ways." Proverbs 3:31. So we have our own customs as Israelites. Our customs is not to get high as hell all day. Like I said. We battle not against spiritual wickedness in high places. You don't need to be high. The Lord is going to make us high pretty soon. He's going to exalt us and put us in an angelical state, which, like I said, is probably going to be like you basically being high all the time without needing any drugs. Don't they have a saying saying, I'm high on life? I don't need to get high no more, man. I don't need that shit because the Lord has given you a greater thing. You know, you do drugs because you feel empty inside, right? Or because, you know, there's nothing to do. You know, Jake don't have the Lord, so they're looking for some type of, you know, something to fill them, something to make their minds stimulated. You know, because when you smoke this weed, you start having all these ideas, you start getting all excited and happy and shit. You know, it affects your mood. See? Because them demons are affecting your mood. You get angry, sad, depressed. You know, sometimes you're happy as hell. Sometimes, you know. So going back here, it says in Hinduism, they use a lot of substances in high doses, including a liquid form of cannabis, which the word cannabis goes into the word hemp. All right, an ancient word means hemp. It says to contact the demons that they worship. So these heathens, you know, Elam, they used to use the weed to contact demons, man. Contact evil spirits. That's the left-hand side vibrations. Like I said, we don't need that. We already have the right-hand side that's gonna lift us up. So we don't need no drugs. We don't need no weed. Ain't no brother in this truth should be smoking no weed. Now, if you know what you're doing with the weed plant and you can make a tea out of it, or you can make something that could heal somebody, that's a different story, you know. But if you're gonna use it, you know, to smoke and burn and shit like that, you're not supposed to be having you're not supposed to be having smoke in your lungs. You're over there killing yourself, you know. You're killing yourself, man, and you're opening up portals of demons, mad demons. Okay, but yeah, it feels good to the flesh. The scriptures say what? Because we're not gonna sit up here and lie. Smoking weed don't feel bad. That shit don't feel bad. Shit is like the greatest thing ever, you know. But you gotta not deny yourself, bro. The scriptures say, "He that resists pleasure crown his life." Why? Because when the Lord gives you that crown, it's gonna be like you high all the time. You ain't gonna need. See, look, you ain't gonna need to smoke no more. You ain't gonna need drugs because you're going to be basically on high all the time. And these new bodies feeling like, you know, like you're floating, right? They say I'm on cloud 9 right now. I'm on cloud 9. Oh, I'm on cloud 9. No, you're gonna be on cloud 9 all the time because you're gonna have this new body. And the scriptures say we see in part and we prophesy in part. But when that which is come, uh, 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 when that which is come, that which is in part shall be done away with. In First Corinthians 13th chapter. So, like I said, I speak as a man concerning this topic on the whole. You know, us being high all the time in the kingdom, right? In terms of like our mind is going to be like, you know, we ain't going to need to touch these drugs to get into this creative state that Jake wants to get into. You know, niggas do all this. Oh, go to the studio and we're gonna smoke so we can get creative. You know, we're gonna do this drug, we're gonna sip this lean, and you know, all these major hits that you hear is because these niggas did all kind of drugs to get inspired to make these hits. All them songs. I don't care which one. All them niggas was not sober when they was making those songs, bro. They were not sober. They was high as hell. That's why they got all creative and shit, because they were tapping into spirits. You know, they were tapping into the spiritual. They tap into spirits, man. You know, and the demons like put together them songs and shit. Hey, the first black man that sold his soul to Hollywood was the man Robert Johnson. They said that's what the story goes. They said that he couldn't play the guitar. They said he sucked playing the guitar, and 2 years later he came back like the best nigga ever. And they said he made a deal with the devil. He died a couple years later. But he had to go and tap into spirits to become this great musician that was renowned throughout the South. You know. But there's a reason why people do drugs, because it opens them up to new ideas. But who's putting those ideas in your head? Demons, spirits, you know? Because when you're doing these drugs, it's not godly. These are wicked people do these kind of things, man. Drug dealers, scammers, liars, whoremongers. They're the ones that's smoking weed. They're the ones that's doing codeine, promethazine, and all this shit. See, your Futures and your 21 Savages and your, you know, all these different niggas. And which even Future and them said that we don't even do that shit like that. We don't even do that like that. You know, we just sell it to the people. You know. But it's witchcraft, brother. It's witchcraft. So it says in Hinduism they use a lot of substances in high doses to contact demons they worship. The Canaanites were also known for using cannabis to worship their god Asherah. We are called to be set apart as Israelites and not engage in the things that the Most High clearly says are wrong. All right. It doesn't expressly say thou shalt not smoke weed. It doesn't. You're not going to find a scripture where it says thou shalt not smoke the weed, the cannabis. You shall not take it. You shall not take the weed, break it down, roll it up into a backwood, light it, and smoke it, and pass the Dutch upon the right hand side or the left hand side, whatever the fuck the song says. You know, which that was a childhood song. You know, I tell you that all these fucking songs are demonic. I was a 4-year-old kid singing. What the fuck that mean? Pass the weed, pass the drugs. That's gonna get these kids high. You know, just like Ring Around the Rosie and all these songs. Every fucking thing in the society is demonic, bro. Every goddamn thing. Everything is demonic in this place, man. It has its use, but the white man turns it into something that it's not meant to be. You was never meant to smoke this weed. You wasn't meant to do that. You was meant to use it, you know, get a herb, maybe eat it, you know, here and there. You know, you could make something out of it, tea. You know, you could do all kind of shit out of it. But you wasn't meant to grab it, roll it up in the backwood, get a piece of whatever the fuck you're gonna use. Get a bong or get a fucking you wasn't meant to get a goddamn a rig, light the rig up, smoke the excess, you know. You wasn't meant to get the hash or smoke the hash. You know, you wasn't meant to do that shit as an Israelite. These other heathens, nigga, they could do that shit because they're the devil. Starting with Esau, he's the devil, but these other people they're the devil too because they're adversaries to the Most High and to our righteousness, and they're the main ones that was pushing you tribes to partake in this shit because our ancient custom. King David wasn't walking around smoking weed. Solomon wasn't walking around smoking weed, man. So it says, our forefathers weren't walking around like this, man, with dreadlocks. Talk about Rastafari, Rasta. They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. You know what I'm saying? They were walking around with dreadlocks. Their religion is to smoke weed, isn't it? I don't know what the fuck they believe in, but you know, all I see is them niggas smoking weed and talking about Haile Selassie. You know, bug the hell out. So it says we are called to be set apart as Israelites and not engage in things the Most High deems are wrong. 3 drugs are still mostly used today in a similar way as they were used in the ancient world, to try and contact the spiritual or make known the purpose of life. Okay. Many do not know that this process involves witchcraft and is also considered sorcery, the use of drugs. So it says Mary Marijuana. It said weed/cannabis. In the past year, this is from last year, so basically 2022, 55 million Americans. I think that's a low number, man. Probably like 200 million. You know, probably more accurate. About, so it says 55 million. Right? 55 million Americans use cannabis at least once. There are many people using this drug today for spiritual purposes. When people smoke weed, Mary Jane, and they do not understand the spiritual implications of it. They do not understand the spiritual implications of it. The danger of smoking weed is that it allows open doors to demons, open doors to evil spirits, man. All right, open doors to wicked evil spirits. It says sin is an open door to the devil. Romans 6:23, right? The wages of sin is death, right? And the devil's job, the spiritual demon Satan, and also the white man, their job is to cause confusion, sow discord, get you to sin so you could be far from your power. So you could be weak, stupid as hell, and low. You know? Like that's what happens when you smoke weed. You become stupid. Because these demons pour up into you, and you start slurring your words, you start getting weak, you can't fight, you can't do nothing. Can you imagine going to war high as hell? Can you imagine getting to a fight high as hell? You know, you're gonna get your ass beat. You're moving slow. Your reaction not the same. Your brain's not working right because you got demons on you. Right? So it says the danger of smoking weed allows demons to open the open doors to demons. So like sin is an open door to the devil. When you when you smoke marijuana or take LSD, acid, or magic mushrooms, you are given an entryway to the devil, to the spiritual demon Satan. The Lord told you to put on the whole armor, and to put on the whole armor, you gotta be sober, bro. Okay, you gotta be fucking sober. You gotta be, even though it sucks to be sober. It's not fun. You think it's fun? You know what's fun? Smoking weed is fun. That's fun. Yeah, you feel good. Everything's funny. Everything's funny, right? You're smoking some weed, but you know what's not funny? Catching all them demons. Okay, so it's better to be boring and be sober. It's better, hey, have a couple drinks, man. You know, chill at the crib, whatever, call you a hoe over. Do what you got to do, man. You got a woman, you got a woman. If you got a wife, whatever, it is what it is, man. Find some enjoyment. Get a fucking hobby or something, man. Niggas smoke weed because they ain't got nothing to do. Occupy your time, man. It says Sirach 39:1. He that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High is occupied in the meditation thereof, man. And is conversing in dark parables and sayings, right? He that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High. Your mind got to be occupied, man. The scripture say much idleness teacheth evil. Through much idleness, the building decayed. You decay. You're the building. You decay. You decay. So, the serpent told Eve, as read Genesis 3, that if you eat of this tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you shall be as gods, knowing both good and evil. And that was a half lie and a half truth. Because, yes, it was true that you will know the knowledge of evil and good, as the Most High does, but you will also go into slavery and die and catch hell and have to experience this and go through birth pains and all that to ultimately get back to your godlike status. Ultimately to get back to your godlike status. So much idleness teaches much evil, right? Get you a hobby or something. Do something. Be it occupied in the truth. That's the most greatest work. Okay. It says Sirach 33 and verse 27. It says a yoke, verse 26, a yoke and a collar do bow the neck, so tortures and torments are for an evil servant. Send him to labor that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil. Jake smokes a bunch of weed, they do a bunch of drugs, because that's what's acceptable, and they're lazy as hell. They don't want to do nothing. They don't want to really work, They don't want to really work because most of them get involved in this drug game because they don't want to fucking work. They don't want to work a job. They don't want to grind. They don't want to do things the old way, Because off these drugs, you make a bunch of money, bro. You make a bunch of money. Make a bunch of money. You got easy money coming in. You become fat, lazy, lethargic. All right. Exodus 23 and verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. The niggas in the hood next to you, you're not to follow them. They're smoking weed, you're not to follow them. They want to do drugs, Molly, I'll pass. I'm cool. Yeah, I might live around you niggas, but I'm not like you. All right? I'm cool. Baby girl want me to do this drugs. Nah, I'm good. You could do it. I ain't gonna do it. I still pop you though, but and I'm cool. I'm cool. I don't want to go to the fucking after party. I don't want to go. Because you niggas are doing Molly and shrooms and shit in there. Y'all niggas are doing helium gas. I've been to places where niggas are doing helium balloons and shit. They're in there. Hey, bro, you gotta try this shit, bro. Oh shit, Look, bro, it's America, man. It's America, bro. You see all kind of crazy, weird shit out here, man. So, anyways, man. For idleness teaches much evil. See, idleness teaches much evil, man. So you got to be occupied in the work, bro. If not, you're gonna be a weed smoking fat nigga, or you're gonna be some type of a mo. The Lord gonna bug you out, give you over to vile affections, man, because you want to do these drugs. Because I'm just using myself as an example. Like, bro, like we didn't have shit to do in our lives. We kids. You got this weed around, you smoking, and you start doing shit. You in the hood poor. You just, like this is the way we grew up, man, in America, and it's not right. So you come back to this truth. The Lord put you in remembrance of the right way. So the scriptures say, through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore, I hate every false way. I hate every false way, and that's a false way. That's a false way. To lean on these drugs for your happiness. What kind of shit is that? I don't need no drug to make me fucking happy. I don't need no motherfucking drug to make me happy. The substance abuse. I don't need to abuse no damn substance to make me feel good. That's the old man. That's the old way. So it says magic mushrooms. The scientific term is called psilocybin. Your boy Wrath of Heaven, Patrick, was doing a lot of magic mushrooms. That's why the Lord wasn't dealing with that nigga. And he actually came out and said on the videos that he was out there giving people magic mushrooms, and that's the man of heaven. That's what he was teaching out of his bugged out fucking mind, because he was doing them drugs. So the spirits hopped on him and he bugged the hell out. He found out the truth because of his fucking woman. And then later on, magic mushrooms, And every goddamn video the nigga was doing was about Isaiah 4:1. And how Isaiah 4:1, every video was about Isaiah 4:1. Every video. Hey, the brother put up these brothers from Modesto. I've never seen these brothers before, but hey, I watched their video and they said that one of the dudes in their camp died. Which I don't understand how they had that brother around that long, because they said he was a wicked nigga, he was doing this and that. But he was doing drugs. More than likely he was doing drugs. They didn't say he was doing drugs, but I go out on the women and say that dude was probably doing drugs. They say he was a big ass alcoholic, and that leads to other shit. And what happened? The Lord took this dude out. The Lord took that dude out. The Lord ain't playing with that nigga. The Lord killed that guy. It killed him. He had cars run over his ass. You see? So the Lord's not respect of person. And if you fuck around with them drugs, the Lord would deal with you. And then you already teaching the word, and Smoking weed, doing this and that, Molly, LSD, this and that, all this crazy shit. You know, be sober, bro, and do the work and repent and believe. You know, have some faith that the Lord will set you up on high and give you that feeling that you really want. You know, the Lord's gonna give us. Hey, we don't. The Lord said, 1 Corinthians 2:9, I have not seen, ear have not heard the things that the Lord have prepared for them that love Him. So a little high on some weed ain't shit. That ain't shit. Yeah, everything might seem good and shit, but you're sinning against your power. You know. So the word magic. So magic mushrooms. The Mayans called magic mushrooms the flesh of gods. Hey, Jake was going off, man. Issachar was doing magic mushrooms back then, and that's why they was worshiping the stars, the moon, the sky, even Gad and Reuben and them. They was smoking hella weed. That's why they tree huggers, man. Gad, Reuben, man, Simeon, you know, especially Gad though and Reuben. They're some tree huggers. They worship the earth. Yeah, this weed then gave me the power to start seeing my ancestors. You know, ooh, shit. Ooh, this is good stuff right here. That's what Gad was into, bro. That's why Gad is talking about Bigfoot and this that, and I'm and that's why they lost their way. They lost their way. The white man fucked them up. Then but they were worshiping other gods, and the Most High sent the white man after them. You know, Genesis 49. I believe it's the 19th verse. Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last. The U.S. cavalry overcame this devil. I mean, it's like the devil overcame Gad, you know. But Gad was heavy into them drugs, and they still are to this day. You know? Not the only tribe, but I'm just using them as an example. So they was doing magic mushrooms too with the Mayans, Issachar, Zebulon. Down there doing hella magic mushrooms because they grow everywhere in the regions where the Mayans used to live or they live till today. You know, Issachar and Zebulon. Them regions, you throw a little grain of seed anywhere and that shit sprouts, man. You know, bad weed, man. You could get all kind of weed down there, man. You could just grow that shit yourself anywhere, you know. But anyway, it says that warriors would take it before the battle. Magic mushrooms. The use of drugs always was linked to practices outside of God's domain. Outside of it's profane, right, basically. It's profane for you to be sniffing magic mushrooms or eating magic mushrooms, you know. Psychedelics. Oh, let me get the word for psychedelics. Psychedelic, it says producing expanded consciousness through heightened awareness and feeling. See, heightened awareness and feeling. Psychedelics. You take these drugs so you can have a heightened sense of feeling, you know, so you can open yourselves up to this to the spiritual realm. So in the kingdom, we're not going to need to open ourselves up to no spiritual realm because we're going to be the spiritual realm. We're going to be part of the spiritual realm. We're just going to be on the earth with the spiritual bodies. There's bodies terrestrial and there's bodies celestial. Right now, we're in a terrestrial body. The word terrestrial means of the earth. Terra, which means of the earth. Earth, that's what the Greek word terra, meaning earth. Of the ground. Adam, you're of the ground. Adama, of the ground. Right? So we're going to have a body that's celestial, a heavenly body, that we're not going to need to have heightened awareness or sense of feeling. That's why you do drugs, so you can feel like a god. So you can feel like, one of the angels. So you can have heightened sense. So you can start seeing in different colors and shit. And start hallucinating and shit. A hallucination, that's a demon. When you have a hallucination, that's a demon putting some type of weird thought in your head. You seeing something that's not there, man. That's a spirit. That's evil spirits, man. So psychedelic means, heightened consciousness, expanded consciousness through heightened awareness or feelings. It says of the mind, psyche, which means the word psyche is the root word of psychedelic, which psyche means the mind or make visible, and delic means to shine, to make clear or visible. So when you do these drugs, you start to have an epiphany. Eureka! Eureka! You know? Oh, I put together this song off this drugs. Now it's #1 hit. Metro Boomin wants some more, right? Metro Boomin. You think Metro Boomin, how he came up with all them hits? Doing them drugs, getting around other niggas with drugs. And you know, Jay got talent, so you know, their senses were heightened. It says psyche, animating spirit, the human spirit or mind. The soul, mind, one's life, the invisible animating principle or entity which occupies, directs the physical body. Understanding the mind, faculty of reasoning. Ghost, spirit of a dead person, right? Psyche. It says to blow, to breathe upon, right? So a psyche is your spirit that's within you, right? The word has extensive use, influence from Israelite. It says Jewish, but Israelite influence, theological writings of the Apostle Paul. All right, the soul as the seat in the feelings of desires, affections. The soul regarded as a moral use, being designed for everlasting life. The soul has an essence which differs from the body and is not dissolved by death. Human soul, right? The psychological sense of the mind, right? So I read the word for psyche and psychedelic. Let me read for the word for spirit, right? The word for spirit, it says life, the animating force or vital principle in man or animals, right? Spirit or soul, a breathing, breath of God, right? Breath of God, inspiration, breath of life. It says in Job 32:8, there's a spirit in man, right? There's a spirit in man, but the Most High is the one that giveth understanding, right? Actually, let me read it. I don't want to butcher it, man. I don't want to butcher it, but that's how it goes. Job 32 and verse 8. It says, but there is a spirit in a man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding, right? So the spirit is the breath of life in a man, right? The reason why you can think and breathe and have your little personality and your likes and wants, that's your spirit. You know, the Lord is controlling it, right? But when you put weed up in there, drugs and all this crazy shit, who enters in there? Satan. Satan's entering up in there. His minions, his demons are entering up in there, you know. And the Most High will allow them to come up in there because you transgressing His commandments. 1 Corinthians 3 and 4. I mean, 1 John 3 and 4, I should say. So like it. It says, transgression is sin is the transgression of the law. You know. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Smoking weed is a pagan ritual, the worship of Asherah, and that's what they said right here in the article. That's what they said. They said the Canaanites was worshiping, was smoking weed to worship Asherah, man. Whoever the fuck that bitch was, a demon, a demon. That's who she was. Some type of entity that they were worshiping. Matter of fact, let me go back and read it. The Canaanites were also using cannabis to worship their god Asherah. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So, yeah, magic mushrooms, right? Going back to your boy Raph from Heaven. That nigga's probably smoking magic mushrooms as we speak in some dark fucking room with no light. See, you ain't gonna have no light if you smoking weed. If you're doing drugs, the light is not in you. The love of the Father is not in you. The Holy Spirit can't be there if you over there high as hell all the time. The Holy Spirit's not gonna dwell in the vessel that's subject unto sin. Woo. Hey, what up, man? See, you're supposed to get excited about this truth, bro. You ain't supposed to be excited about smoking some weed. Yeah, nigga. I used to get excited about smoking some weed, nigga. I used to be happy. Be like, oh shit, what kind of weed you got? You got some Granddaddy Perk? You got some train wreck? What you got? You know, you got all these fucking strains and shit. See, you know, which all of that shit is artificial, anyways, man. Because it does something to you. It really does. It alters the wiring of your brain. It does. And those are demons that's messing with your brain. You know? Because what do they say? They say the cannabinoids, whatever the fuck that shit is called, they say it clings onto your brain, it changes the wiring of your brain, all this shit. Look, man, your brain is fried. And then on top of that, you got demons. So I mean, it's like a triple whammy, man. You're killing your lungs, you're killing your brain, you're killing your spirit, you're killing your connection with the Most High, you're killing your spirituality, your drive. You know, you ain't got no more sex drive, you ain't got no more motivation in life. You know, all you want to do is smoke, man. All you want to do is smoke, bro. And it becomes an addiction, but not a good one. Because you could be addicted to good things like the truth, but you could also be addicted to bad things, man. You know? So the Lord said, falls down, abomination, man. So the Lord, Proverbs 11:4, I believe. It says, the Holy Spirit cannot dwell in a body that's subject unto sin. All right, that's why the Lord is not dealing with a nigga that's high as hell all the time, with doped up, with morphine and this and that. And, you know, niggas are doing all kind of drug, fentanyl. They're doing heroin. All kind of shit, bro. I went down there to Philly, man. That shit's like a war zone, bro. I don't know how anybody lives down there, bro. It's just fucked up, bro. I don't know, man. That shit's fucked up, bro. That shit's crazy as fuck, man. I don't know, man. Jake is stronger than I, bro. You know, I couldn't live down there, man. I just feel depressed. You know, just living around this filth. Shit's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up, man. But damn, let me see if I can find. See if I can find. I know it's the Apocrypha. The Apocrypha, man. Subject. Okay, yeah. Wisdom Psalm 1:4. It says, "For into a malicious, actually 3. For forward thoughts separate from the Most High, and His power, when it is tried, reprove the unwise." See, when you smoke a weed, you trying the Most High. You know, let a nigga try me. Try me. Hey, you trying the Lord, bro. It says His power, when it is tried, when you try the power of the Lord, He reproved the unwise. He'll reprove your motherfucking ass, man. You know, if you feel like you're gonna try the Lord, you're gonna test the Lord, man. You know. So it says the 5th verse, Wisdom of Solomon 1:4. I'm always skipping. It says verse 4. It says, "For into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject to sin." Have you ever seen a wise man that was a weed smoker? He wasn't a wise man. He was just an old nigga that lived a long time. He wasn't a wise man. The wise man is the man of the Lord, the man of the truth, a prophet of the Lord, or one of you brothers that understand the truth. You one of the 1/3. You know, you wanted to, you could be considered wise man. But a nigga that's smoking weed like Snoop Dogg, he can't be considered no wise man. That the scripture said the knowledge of wisdom of wickedness is not wisdom at all. A nigga got a lot of, you live like 60 years. You should know something. You should know something. You know, it would be a damn shame if you was 50 some years old and you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't show me you couldn't give me some life advice. Okay? Yeah. Brother put up, man, Zephaniah 1:8. "And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such that's clothed in strange apparel." That's right. So all those that's clothed in strange apparel, that's involved in the way of this world, man. So nor dwell in the body that's subject to sin. So wisdom is not going to enter into a malicious soul. Neither is it going to enter into a body that's subject unto sin. And Wisdom of Solomon, the 1st chapter, man. This is a powerful chapter, man. Powerful chapter. You know, powerful chapter. Verse 5: "For the Holy Spirit of discipline will flee deceit, and remove from thoughts that are without understanding." You smoke a weed, that's without understanding. Okay. "And the Lord will remove Himself from those thoughts." You can feel like now when you're in the truth, you can feel the Spirit of the Lord is on you. And if you like back then when you used to smoke weed, you would feel empty fucking presence. You would feel like, you feel like the weed working, but you wouldn't feel the Lord's Spirit working through you. You know? But when you do when you do that which is right in the sight of the Lord's Spirit can enter into you and deal with you. And now you become a vessel unto righteousness. See? Like Paul. Paul was a wicked nigga at one point when he was Saul, and then he became righteous. The Lord made him righteous. You know, the Holy Spirit of discipline will do what? Verse 5 will flee deceit and will remove from the thoughts that are without understanding, and will not abide when unrighteousness cometh in. So the Lord can't deal with you if you're a drug addict, bro. Okay, if you're a drug addict, the Lord can't work with you like that, man. When's the last time you seen one of the prophets out there drunk as hell, high as hell? You know, when was the last time you seen that? You didn't see that. They had to be what? Sober minded when they were out there teaching, right? That's why you don't go up to the camp drunk as hell. And that's why that dude ended up dying, because he didn't take the Lord serious. He'll probably show up drunk to the camp, do all kind of shit. That's probably why the Lord took him out. You know, the man, I don't know his name or whatever the case may be. But like I said, you can go watch the video. The brothers was talking about it. I don't know. But it ties in with this story. It ties in with this video, I should say. You know, because that's an example of what happens when you deal with them drugs, man. When you deal with them drugs, man. So leave them drugs alone, man. Okay, so you got magic mushrooms, which is one. Then you have weed. We read it. All right. Many drug use. Let me go back to the article. It says many drug users believe that they come into deeper secrets while being under the substances. They claim to find spiritual satisfaction in this sorcery and demonic practice. Yeah, man. A lot of people, they really think that. And these witches, they do these drugs to tap into the spirits, man. Yeah, the palm readers, soothsayers, you know, these women. A lot of them are heavy into witchcraft, and they're also heavy into drugs. And they will coerce you into doing it. Yeah, I can't fuck with a nigga that don't smoke. Oh my God, you know, they be in the VIP section, and all them hoes be doing drugs. You know, they be pretty looking girls, man. All love drugs. Like 2 Chainz said, pretty girl love trap music. Trap music come with drugs. Rap music come with drugs. If your girl like listening to Nipsey Hussle and all these niggas, if she like listening to Chicks, Drugs, and French Montana, and you know, she like listening to all this nigga shit, she's a hoe. She more than likely is a demon. She's more than likely a demon, and she ain't right. You know, because where your treasure is, there will your heart be on. Right? I don't need to explain that. So it says Yahushka, which is DMT. DMT is one of these drugs that these people be doing heavy, man. It says Yahushka is fast becoming one of the most popular spiritual healing retreat plant treatments in the West. The word Ayahuasca means the vine of the dead. These niggas are doing the vine of the dead, man. The scripture say consult not with familiar spirits, right? If a man consult with familiar spirits, he'll be cut off from amongst his people. So it says the main component of Yahushka, I don't even know how you pronounce this damn word. Ayahuasca, whatever it says. It says the main component of Yahuasca is DMT. Joe Rogan, that demon, Joe Rogan is a demon. Joe Rogan is one of the biggest demons on earth. If you look at the Joe Rogan podcast, he got a fucking one eye symbolism right in the middle of his eye, right in the middle of his forehead. The Joe Rogan experience, right? Joe Rogan smoked hella weed in the Joe Rogan experience. He's smoking weed with Elon Musk, this person, that person, doing drugs on the set of the show. All these little podcasts, Drink Champs, what else? That motherfucking Nori, a sellout, with his buck tooth, looking like this, looking like young Buck. But you got you got him, you got all these niggas. All of them do hella drugs on set, and they push the positive image to the kids, right? They push a positive image to the fucking kids. Yeah, we're for the community, we're for the people. These niggas are full of shit, bro. They're full of shit. All of these niggas, Wallow, Gilly, Wallow, and Gilly, the nigga Gilly, he sacrificed his boy. He sacrificed his baby boy, man. Okay, he let him go into that party. He got his ass killed, and he knew what was gonna happen. And what happened after that? His show started going up like crazy. All these niggas do sacrifices, and for their success and fame. Now, Joe Rogan, yeah, being one of the biggest podcasters in the world, was a heavy proponent of DMT because it opens you up to the other dimensions. It says anyone who wants to know more about the universe will be intrigued when they hear such things. As Mr. Joe Rogan has instructed his more than 20 million followers to take the illicit substance. Illicit according to the scriptures, because the white man tells you that's legal. You could do that shit. You could do that shit. Whatever the white man says, in this society, that's what Jake is gonna do. Oh, if I could go to the dispensary and buy this, oh yeah, cool. I'll take this. I'll take this Rick Simpson oil. I'll take this. I'll take this. So it says, however, many users have had terrible experiences with the aforementioned drug. It says terrifying visions and fearful encounters. The excuse for such an experience for the users was that it was a bad trip. It says, as demons deceive and inhabit their bodies through this form of sorcery. Yeah, these demons inhabit your motherfucking body, man. You start taking over to the point where you don't even have control no more. You wake up, you smoke, and you don't even have control no more. You don't even, like, why am I doing this? I don't even like this no more. I got to a point myself, I got to a point where I wasn't even getting high no more. I felt like this shit ain't doing nothing for me no more. That's why I call gateway drugs. You got to move on to something harder. But I never moved on to shit else. That's when I came to the truth. I was like, I need to leave this shit behind, and I left it behind. And it was easier, harder. It was easier said than done, I should say. Because that shit is a stronghold, man. But if I can get over that shit, anybody can get over it. Or you could get over it, I should say. Not anybody, because you brothers are in the truth. Anybody can't do what we do. Okay? If everybody could do it, then everybody would do it. Everybody would come into this truth, teach the word, do lessons every day, go out there in the winter and freeze your balls off. They couldn't do that shit, but you can do it, brother, because you are the hopeful elect. Lord willing, you be at that number. Because you're doing what the things that the elect will be doing, which means what? Abstaining from weed, abstaining from fleshly lusts, mortifying your members that are upon the earth. What does that mean? That means don't smoke weed, my nigga. That means don't do the drugs. That means don't pop another man's woman. That means don't go to the booty club and keep the Passover like Sakari. Them niggas didn't mortify nothing. They still niggas. And I say that to their face. When we was in Sakari, it's like when we was in Philly, bro, I tell you the story, man. Brother Mike could tell you. Shit, Mike is my witness, Quadash and the brother Abayala, they were out there. Them Sakari dudes, they act like they seen the Lord himself when we walked by their camp. And they didn't know us from a can of paint. They didn't know who we were. I don't know them guys. But they wanted to pull us over for an interview, man. We didn't even have our fringes on. We didn't have nothing on. We just walking, to the bus, wherever we was going. And the Sakari was teaching in there. They wanted to talk to us so badly. They were like, "Oh, please come," I just kept going. Go, walk, bro, walk. I don't want to talk to these niggas. I don't want to talk to them because they're niggas. I don't want to talk to you. And the brother put up 1 Corinthians 6:19. It said, what know ye not, that your body is the temple of the Holy Spirit, which is in you, which ye have of the Most High? Are ye not on your own? The 20th verse. For ye are bought with a price, therefore glorify the Most High in your body and in your spirit, which are of the Most High's. You glorify the Lord by abstaining from fleshly lusts. Say, Lord, yeah. I respect you, so I ain't gonna do this. All right? I ain't gonna do this. Like a woman, she respects you, She gonna stop wearing pants. She gonna stop doing. She gonna stop going out at like late at night. She'll cut off all her friends. Cut off all them niggas. She gonna cut off all you know. She gonna become basically, you know. She gonna do what you say because she respect what you. You know. If she don't respect your ass, she gonna do the opposite. So like niggas do. They gonna do whatever they want to do, you know, because it feels good. And like Aleister Crowley, do as thou wilt. You know, that's the way of the land. That's the law of the land. Do as thou wilt. It said Galatians 5:19. Now the works for the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery. Number one is adultery, because Chris say if a man commit adultery, he sinneth against his own soul. It says fornication, uncleanness, and lasciviousness. Right? Idolatry, witchcraft, which smoking weed is witchcraft. Variance, envyings, murders, drunkenness. All right, a lot of Jake has died through the bottle. All right, a lot of Jake has died through that bottle. Get into fights, you know, did all kind of weird shit. It says revelings and such of the like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things will not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. That's right. If you do that, if you got a Dutchie in your mouth, you got a backwood in your mouth, 3 grams in your mouth, you ain't gonna be delivered, bro. If you walk around this earth like this nigga Dave V in the picture I put, you know, doing tricks with the smoke, you ain't gonna make it out of here. You're gonna be smoked by the Lord. You want to smoke? You're gonna get smoked by the Lord, man. Is that witchcraft pharmakia Strong's 5331. 5331. Yeah, so you got DMT in the article. You had magic mushrooms, and then you also had the regular weed, good old weed. But the regular weed is just as fucking bad as all this other shit, man. Oh, it's just weed, brother. Nah, it's not bad. Every nigga and their mama smokes weed in this culture here. Even like I remember being young. I mean, being, you know, when I first started smoking and shit. And I remember seeing niggas smoking with their mama, man. I'm like, damn, this is crazy. But that's normal. That's normal in this world, man. But I myself, you know, being that, you know, my mama and them, they don't smoke, they don't do that shit. So I couldn't imagine smoking with her, man. These niggas are smoking with their mama, man. They smoking with their daddy, you know, their sister smoking. I couldn't. I had to sneak out and smoke, bro. I had to, like, you know, I had to fucking hide, put drops in my eyes. These niggas are literally smoking with their mama. Their mama's rolling up with them. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, bro. I knew what the fuck I was doing was bad. I knew it was. But, you know, it's that feeling that you can't escape. So it's like, shit, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's not that bad in your mind. You're like, you know, but Jake is just like, their whole family is just blowing it down. The little girl, you know, the little sister, 14, she's blowing it down. The dog is blowing it down. The grandmama's blowing it down. The sister, the cousin, the daddy, the granddaddy. It's fucked up, bro. Jake is gone, man. And they will never leave that shit behind. 420 come around, it's a holiday. They don't keep the Passover though. 420 comes around, yeah, nigga, yeah, 420, yeah. They're gonna go down there to downtown, and they're gonna sell their little products and shit, you know, their little Bob Marley scarves and shit. You know, you niggas are through. You're through. You know? Because you can't put down that ganja. And the nigga never gonna put that shit down. They're never gonna put that shit down. The Lord gonna have to smoke them before they ever put that shit down. They'll never try to take a nigga weed from him. Woo, especially Benjamin, Levi, Judah, especially Judah out here. Judah, they're big time smokers, man. You know? Hell, Judah's the one that put me onto the weed. Judah's the one that my little innocent ass, I'm over there, you know, I'm over there trying to be good. And here comes Judah. Hey, bro, try this shit. And like I said, Judah, that whole head is sick. Isaiah 1:5. Judah, you let us down, brother. Because you're supposed to be the leaders, man, of all of us. You know? So anyways, We all went off. We all went off. We all fell short, man. But we're in this society, and that's why the Lord has shown us mercy and brought us back into the truth, into the knowledge of the wisdom and understanding of the right way to be. Because look, man, like I said, bro, this fucking world is totally gone, man. And something so trivial as some weed is still wicked, man. Jake don't see it as something bad. It is bad, man. Just like Christianity is a hell of a drug. Christianity is a hell of a drug. But I tell you this because I'm transparent, brother. I don't sit here and act like I'm perfect and shit. I know. I don't sit here and act like I am. I tell you the truth. I tell you the truth, and Yahushua, I lie not, right? Therefore, my conscience bear me witness. That's what the Apostle Paul said, right? I sit here and tell you the truth, brother. I don't fucking hold back nothing. Well, I do hold back certain things because you can't tell you everything. But shit, we don't. You see what I'm saying, bro? Like the brother said, we all fall short. That's right. But a righteous man, he get back up 7 times. A righteous man falls 7 times, but he get back up again. But the wicked shall fall into mischief. So, yeah, okay, that's all of the article basically. Yeah, that's all of the article basically. So yeah, that shit is all wickedness, man, and you need to stay away from it. And you might slip and fall. I slipped and fell in the beginning. I slipped up and smoked and shit. I slipped up, man. I did, But you keep fighting, because some of you brothers, you probably smoked and you ain't going, and you never told nobody. You never told nobody. Yeah, you probably slipped up and did some shit, but you never told nobody. Yeah, I slipped up at one point, I was like years ago, I slipped up and shit. I had to repent, I had to because that's the weakness of the flesh. Romans 3 and verse 23. Damn, bro. Yeah, damn, bro. That's crazy, man. But yeah, that's the spirit. Romans 3 and 23. For all have sinned and come short of the glory. Yep. Yep. Yeah, Proverbs 24 and 16 says, for a just man falls 7 times and rise back up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Yeah, that's some heavy stuff, man. You gotta get some help, bro. You gotta get some help, man. Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna say too much about that, but yeah, man. And certain brothers would judge you for that, They'll talk shit about you, But I ain't gonna talk shit about you, man. Yeah, you on the methadone, whatever. Hey, shit. I ain't gonna talk shit about you, bro. Hey, the water for sharing that, man. Because you ain't have to tell brothers that, But hey, the Lord be with you, man. If you truly believe, the Lord will get you out of that shit, man. The Lord said, He came for the sick. He didn't come for the whole. He came for the sick. They that are whole need not a physician. You need a physician, bro. And the Lord will heal you, man, if you're sincere. If you truly believe. But you can't slip on that shit, man. Anyway, it says, First Timothy 6 and 12. Fight the good fight of faith, lay hold on eternal life, whereunto thou art also called and has professed a good profession before many witnesses, man. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1 says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptations. That's right. That's right. And Yahushua, Luke 5 and 31 says that Yahushua said unto them, they that are whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. Yeah, it's all right, bro. You know what I mean? It's not all right, but that shit is wicked, man. But hey, hey, the brother confesses false, man. So hey, that's the spirit. Hey, James 5 and 16, confess your faults one to another and pray for one another that you may be healed. That the effectual prayer, the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. That's right. That's right, man. So yeah, you have to confess your faults, man. You have to confess your faults one towards another, man. Jake fucks up, man. But the righteous, right? Fall 7 times, but get back up again, man. You know. Actually, let me see if I can read this real quick. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. It says John 3 and verse 16, the Christian favorite verse. It said, for the most high so loved the world. I ain't read it, bro. I ain't read this in years. I mean, not in a video, well, not years, but a while. I haven't read John 3:16 on a video in a while. Showing you that, the Christian, he's just the Christian, all he deals with particular few Christians. We barely even touched it. But this is dealing with us. The Most High so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, and that whosoever believed in him shall perish, but have everlasting life. For the Most High sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but the world through him. For the Most High sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. Okay? And so the Lord was sent to heal the sick, man. Heal brothers like you, man. So like I said, I ain't gonna talk shit about you, bro. I ain't gonna talk shit about you. I ain't gonna do that, man. I ain't gonna do that. Because when a man confesses false, man, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's an honorable thing, man. It says 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 30. For this cause, many, 30. Yep. For this cause, many are weak and sickly among you, and many sleep. For if we should judge ourselves, we should not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. Wherefore, my brethren, when ye come together to eat, tarry one for another. And if any man hunger, let him eat at home, that ye may not come together unto condemnation. And the rest will I set in order when I come. So the Lord gonna set everybody in order, man. Setting everybody in order, starting with the elect. Isaiah, Psalm 55 and 21, or 22. It says, I will set them in order before thy eyes. I will reprove them, and I will set them in order before thy eyes. The Lord setting the elect in order, man. And the elect come from many walks of life, man. The elect come from the streets, the hood, the ghetto, jail. The elect come from all walks of life, man. Corporate world, dentists, shit, all over the place, man. All kind of walks of life. So your struggle may not be another brother's struggle. You may go through other shit. You might have had two parents in your life. You might have had a good father. You might have had all kind of shit. But it's not your job to sit there and shit on another man because he didn't have what you had. But here it is. You as a shepherd, you are to guide these men and these souls into the path of righteousness. So, that's why the Lord said, I came for the sick. I came for the sick. I didn't come for the whole. I came for the sick. The Lord was dealing with the sinners and publicans, was he not? Here it is. Jake expect everybody to come into this thing to be fucking crystal clean, perfect. Yeah, he's just a crystal clean to spin. And how the Lord didn't call crystal clean people into the truth. He called Jake that's going through hell. He called Jake that's poor, homeless, fucked up, ain't got shit. Got AIDS, got herpes, got all kind of shit, man. Got fucking sickle cell anemia. Brothers going through all kind of shit they won't even tell you about, man. You see, but those are sincere men that the Lord is actually dealing with, man. While the Lord is far from the proud, man. So, hey, stay away from the drugs, bro. Fight the good fight of faith, man, and lay hold on eternal life. All right. So with that, hey, call La Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. That belongs to the Apostle of the Great Millstone. Peace. Salutations to the elect, man. Actually, Luke 5:31. Yahushua answered them and said, they that are holding not physician, but they that are sick. That's right. All right. So drugs, evil. It's evil. It's witchcraft, and it opens you up to demons and spirits. All right. And if you fuck with that shit, the Lord is not working with you. He's not going to deliver you if you continue to tempt the Lord. You know. So with that, hey, shalom, shalom.